Hey everyone, it's Les here from Badass Speed, and we're down here at the park today having a bit of fun, and we've got some geese that haven't flown south for the winter yet. And the topic of today's little video here is top 10 things that piss me off about my 2010 Camaro SS. This could go for other types of Camaros as well. But as you can see, this is the car that I'm driving. And just to go over some of the things that really piss me off about this car, and really there's a lot of good things about this car too. It's a lot of fun to drive, you know, stuff like that. But the top 10 things that really piss me off about this car here will tell you all about here in a second. So we'll start off first of all with the fact that this car is white. As you can see here, it's got white wheels. Now how ridiculous are white wheels? Just take a look at this. If you take a really good look in here, you can see the buildup of brake dust on this wheel. Like this thing is just totally ridiculous here as far as keeping these white wheels clean. You know, probably the two colors that are the toughest to keep clean are white and black, and this one here is white, so leaves a little bit to be desired. Constantly doing a bit of cleanup and stuff like that, and looking after it, and just basically using or taking an awful lot of time on the upkeep. A couple of other things that I should be mentioning here is on the interior of the car, we've got a very small amount of headroom in the car. That would be number 2. Not much headroom in there. Unless you've got this little baby here, then you can at least stick your head out of the top of the car here, which is something that some of the guys do. Not me though. The third thing that I don't like about this car is you've got this little space in here is very small. You know, you're constantly looking to see out the window at a set of lights. If you stop at a set of lights, you're bending your head down and trying to poke your head down and trying to look up like this at the lights. Let's take a look here. Like here, for example, is a good view out the front of the car here, and not too much as far as vision in this car. Some people even say that it's something akin to being in a coffin. And if you take a look out the back window there, you can see there's a really big blind spot in here, and your vision out of that back window is very limited. If I look right from here, when you're trying to back up and park this thing, it's really difficult to see behind you. You can see, like, especially down below the window, where there would probably be a car parked that you can't even see. And of course, the newer models come with a different radio system than you see here, that has a small screen on it that gives you the ability to view back there with the backup camera. This particular model does not have the backup camera, and in fact, on the back of this car here, right about at this spot, one of the options that you can get, and I'm not sure if you could have gotten it, but it probably could have for the 2010, but this one doesn't have in it, is a few lights in there, so that when you are backing up, at least some lights appear there, you know, showing you yellow, green, yellow, red, whatever. I see we've got some friends outside here coming all around us here. Apparently they like white cars because they're all coming right over here. Yeah, the reduced or very low amount of visibility in this car is something that you need to watch out for all the time. So that would be, what is that? We've got the white color, you've got the wheels that always need cleaning, you've not got the headroom in here is not all that great, that's number 4. Number 5, you've got the visibility out of the windows is not all that great. Number 6 would be the way this car is set up here. You've got the windows are so high up here that when you're actually sitting in the car and you're driving down the road and you want to just put your arm on the door here, your arm is actually fairly high up in the air. If you can see here, well, it's kind of tough to see, but you know, on a normal car your arm is like at least at a horizontal level like this, but this one here your arm is going to be up a little bit higher, so consequently you're pretty much always driving with your arm down below here. And you know, you'll put it up here once in a while, but after a while your arm gets a little bit sore. And of course, what is that? Number 5, number 6 is the bloody cup holders in here. They're just ridiculous. Take a look here. Here's the cup holders, right? Let me just move this out of here. And there you can see the cup holders. And with the cup holders, I've got some junk in here too. You can see where the shifter is here. And you know, like if you're, just to give you a demonstration here, if you're wanting to shift the car while you have a drink in here, you know, your arm is over top of here. So, you know, and you've got 2 places to put your drink. If you put it over here, you know, and here's your rest in the car right here, but if you put your drink there, then you're knocking your drink over trying to reach the stick shift. And if you put it in this one here, and that's actually where I prefer to put it there, because at least you're able to push your drink over a little bit in order to get to that stick shift. So obviously when they designed this car, the engineers must not have actually driven this car when they decided to put the cup holders right there. Now in later models, this is a 2010, but in later models of the car, they have shifted the cup holders over closer to the passenger side to give you a little bit more arm room in there. So the position of the cup holders is really, really bad. You tend not to want to buy something to drink and put them in the cup holders and then start driving around. So that would be your number 6. Number 7, these little piddly little things are just about useless. These things are really, really small. They're probably 4 inches in height here, but you know what? You don't have much of a window to look out of anyways, and if you pull the visor down a little bit, it really doesn't help you all that much. Especially you pull it to the side here. Just look at this. You pull the visor to the side, you know, the maximum that it can help you with a little bit of side sun is right there, you know. It's like a toy. This visor is like a toy. It's not a real visor. And I know there's some guys that have taken a visor off of a different type of a vehicle and put it in there, replace the visor with something else. So there you go. Okay, so getting into number 7. We got number 7 now. Hey, I could just go on forever here. I talked about headroom already here, and you can see here with my head, there's probably, the way I'm sitting, and my seat is down as low as it can go, and I'm about 6'2". My head is just about touching the top here. And some people don't get the sunroof because apparently there's even less room with the sunroof than there would be without the sunroof. But if you put a helmet on here and you're going to be racing on the quarter mile or something like that where you need a helmet, where it's mandatory, then imagine that, because your helmet is going to give you another 1.5 inches over the top of your head, and then you're constantly rubbing the ceiling, i.e. roof of the car, with the top of your helmet there. So you know, that again is not a great situation. Another thing, if we go back outside again here, we can talk a little bit about here's another problem here. Here you see, this is my trunk release right here, and There, the first time I pushed it, it didn't work. Second time I pushed it, then it did work. So we'll go outside and take a look at that trunk. Hopefully there's a... Yeah, okay. Lots of birds and stuff around here. Give you a shot of the trunk room in here. There is an awful lot of trunk space in here. Like, it does go back a fair ways. If you look at the how far it goes back with that white sheet that I have in there, it goes back an awful long ways. But the actual hole, this here hole right in here, from here to here, is very, very small. Sideways is not too bad. So, you know, to try and get a large item in your trunk is a little bit difficult to do. But, you know, like part of that and part of the trunk opening here has to do with the rake back of the window here. And it's got a large window, but, you know, because of it being such a low profile car, a large expanse of glass in here, but unfortunately doesn't give you very much to look out of when you're inside the car driving. So big glass, but kind of poor on the visibility from the interior. Again, you've got a fair rake back on the glass on the front of the car there as well, which might be good for deflecting rocks and stuff like that when you're on the road. But otherwise, because of that sharp rake, it doesn't give you very much visibility when you're driving down the road. Okay, what else do we not like about the car? Let's pop that hood and see what's under the hood for you guys out there that like to see what's under the hood. Oh yeah, this car is, let's see, right there. I don't know if you can see that. No, it's backwards. But anyways, it says supercharged. So this car has been supercharged, which means we have a supercharger. Woohoo! Rotofab air intake here, and we've got the Magnuson supercharger, and nothing too fancy with covers or things like that with this engine here. But one of the things that you will notice with a Camaro is, hey, there's no battery up front here. Pretty much everything battery-wise comes to this connection right here, and the battery itself is located in the trunk. So consequently, popping the hood to give her a boost or give somebody else a boost is pretty much impossible. It is possible though, because you could hook up a booster cable to this point right here and ground to somewhere on the chassis there, and away you go. But the battery is located in the trunk in a modern Camaro, just virtually because there's not a heck of a lot of room under the hood. So that's another thing that I really don't like about the Camaro. Let me see. The other thing I don't like about the Camaro, this being a manual transmission, is, and I'm just checking the hydraulic fluid here in the brake clutch system, is that at least my problem with the car is you get rolling with this car, or you go down the quarter mile and you start losing the ability of the clutch to return back to its normal position. So, you know, when the hydraulic fluid starts getting a little bit on the hot side, then what happens is your clutch doesn't return to its normal position. And you could go, maybe you could get a maybe after the second time down the quarter mile, then it's gotten to the point where it's not returning to normal. So you end up having a problem with that. I don't know, I haven't come up with the solution for that problem yet, but we'll have to see exactly what that solution is. So far I put in a different braided brake or hose cable, or hose from the master cylinder to the slave cylinder, hoping that would solve the problem, but that hasn't really solved the problem. And whether it's maybe a replacement of a cylinder or something that would solve that problem. I don't know, but that pisses me off. There's no doubt about that. What else we have? Well, I don't know. Is that 10 yet? That's probably at least 10. Other than that, I'll tell you what. I'm going to come up with 10 things that I really like about this car. And I've owned a lot of cars over the years. And this by far is the most powerful and the most fun and the most squirrely and the most wild, and definitely when you're driving around, people will come up to you and ask you about the car and comment on the car and say nice ride and stuff like that. Like today alone, I was only out for 2 hours today, and I think that there was 5 people that actually gave me a thumbs up, nice car, whatever, nice ride, want to know more about the car and stuff like that. But this is it. This car was originally owned by a guy by the name of, a wrestler by the name of Ric Flair, and he bought the car brand new, and it's pretty much in its original condition. Probably the only thing that's really been changed on this car is this right here. This used to be chrome right in here, and you can see a bit of the chrome bleeding through there, and this used to be chrome in here too, and this is being painted flat black. And I kind of like the flat black look to the car there, and a lot of people like this. This is a very unique car. This is probably the only one that has those 2 hash marks on it and the blacked out front there. And it's nice to be able to have a car like this. It's got the orange interior here, Inferno orange interior, and the manual transmission. And yeah, we'll talk about all those nice things that I like about the car and take it for a bit of a run and show you guys what it's like. I do have another video on the channel here of me driving it down the quarter mile, so you might want to check that out. And above all, if you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. We like you guys watching, and we're going to be doing more videos, even if it's some of them are going to be me just talking or driving down the road or whatever. We like cars, and we like fast cars, and we like badass fast cars. So with that in mind, we'll see you guys later. Have fun, and keep that, what do those truckers say? Greasy side down and the shiny side up. And we'll see you guys on the quarter mile someday, okay?